I am Shelly Kirkland, and I am the CEO of Boot Campaign.
What inspired you to get involved with the boot campaign?
Gosh, that's a complicated question. I think what it boils down to is that I met some men and women who, while I was having a grand old time in college at Vanderbilt University, they were willing to lay their life down on the line for me. And I just met them and fell in love with giving back to them, essentially. And that's really how Boot Campaign began 14 years ago as well.
Yeah, how did it start? And can you tell me a little bit about the mission?
Sure. So, Boot Campaign is a 14-year-old national nonprofit. We were founded in Texas by 5 Texas women who wanted to do something to show honor and appreciation for those who were willing to lace up their boots and protect and defend our freedoms. And so they started essentially a movement to show their gratitude by encouraging civilians, celebrities, and influencers to lace up a pair of combat boots, the most visible sign of military service, as a way to say thank you. And so that's how we got started. And over the course of the last 14 years, we've done a whole host of things programmatically, but have really narrowed our focus in the last 8 or 9 years to focus on 2 main areas. The first is a little more lighthearted, and it's where we provide specially curated gift boxes for deserving military families facing financial or medical hardship during the holiday season. And the second, where we spend the bulk of our effort, energy, and funding, is providing individualized treatment for invisible wounds of war. So brain injury, post-traumatic stress, chronic pain, self-medication, and insomnia.
So how does it feel for you to make a difference in these veterans and families' lives?
It's so rewarding. I mean, I think, what's unique about Boot Campaign is that everything that we do is super individualized. And so we're not just sending something random to them or providing something across the board. Everything is tailored to the individual. And so for us, we really develop long and lasting relationships with the families that we serve. And it's an honor to be a part of their lives.
So since you start with the organization, have you seen any growth or changes in veterans' needs over the years?
Absolutely. I think I joined the organization in 2017, and that was just about the time we were 6 months into our health and wellness program, where we provide individualized treatment for invisible wounds of war. And so we're seeing a dramatic increase in need for those services. Obviously, with the pandemic, the formal end to the war in Afghanistan, and a whole host of other factors, I think people are just feeling a lot of the pressure. And also it takes, on average, what we've seen on research, it takes about 11 years for folks to really request help. And that's exactly what we've seen from Boot Campaign. And so I think now, some of the first generation of post 9/11 veterans are either getting out of the service or finally in a place where they realize that they need some assistance, and we're right there to provide it for them.
Can you tell me about the You Matter movement?
Sure. That's one of my favorite things that we do at Boot Campaign. And really, it was born out of a need in the pandemic to still engage with folks, because all of our in-person events and gatherings were closed, and folks were really struggling. We saw over 125% increase in need for our services during the pandemic. And so in 2020, we launched the You Matter movement in September of 2020. Essentially, September is Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month. And what we want to do is to show veterans and military families that they matter to us, that their service matters, that their sacrifice matters, and that their lives matter. And so we started with a simple T-shirt that just says the words "You Matter." And when folks buy that from us at bootcampaign.org, 100% of the proceeds go back to serving veterans struggling with invisible wounds of war. And so we've seen it grow. I think that's what's so beautiful about the You Matter movement is that while our target audience with Boot Campaign obviously is veterans and military families, those 2 words can mean so much to so many different populations. And so we really just want to make sure that everybody knows that their life is valuable and we want them to stay here.
Yeah, you're right. Just those little 2 words make the world a difference.
Yes, for sure.
So May is Military Appreciation Month. What is the Boot Campaign doing in honor of that?
Yeah. So we have a digital effort for Military Appreciation Month. You can go on our website, bootcampaign.org, and there's a big headline right on the front page. Essentially, we're encouraging people to do something for 31 days that they are into, that fits within their lives. So it could be running every day, it could be swimming, it could be hiking, it could be meditation. And so we want folks to really dedicate those 31 days to those who have served and sacrificed for us for Military Appreciation Month.
So where do you want to see the Boot Campaign in the next 3 to 5 years?
I think what's interesting about Boot Campaign, as I mentioned, is that so much of what we do is individualized. And so I want to make sure that we are being thoughtful and strategic in our growth. We want to stay true to what we do, which is expressing gratitude and showing honor for those who serve, but also making sure that the care that we're providing really does stay individualized and high touch. And so I hope we continue to grow the way we're growing and really making a lasting difference for the veterans that we serve so that they have long-term real life change.
So how can people reach out and learn more?
Check us out on our website at bootcampaign.org. We're on a variety of social media channels, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all with the @bootcampaign handle, and get involved with what we do each and every day.